All right, YouTube, so I'm about to open up this Vevor 7x16 mini lathe. It came a little damaged. I don't know if you guys can see right here. I've already lifted up the tabs and started to lift the box, so this will be the first time opening it on this video. So I'm gonna use this rubber mallet and knock it off. As you guys can see, got some damage. Looks like luckily it was in the foam area, but this is how it came. So let's get it opened up a little bit more. Looks like the chip tray, not too bad. Got a little scratch right there, nothing I'm too worried about. The manual with two extra fuses. Little box. So it comes with some metal gears. This one's actually marked 66, 52, promising 50, 60, some extra jaw keys. The end of the toe stock, miscellaneous tools, a little machining oil, not too bad. So this is what it looks like. Not too bad looking. We will get it out of the crate. All right, so it looks like the lathe frame is bolted down. So it's a 14 millimeter nut right here, and then there's another one behind the cover. Take it out so we can remove it from the box. Same thing under here. Take these off. Should have been one in there. There was one, but apparently it broke off. It's probably on the peg that it's underneath the wood right now. Well, we got this cover off. I was looking at these gears. A little bit of play in these gears. At least they're metal. They don't seem to be too bad. These studs, a little on the loose side. This thing's about ready to come out. I don't know if I like how loose this is. May have to get in there and tighten it up a little bit. All right, so I got it temporarily put up here just so I can kind of examine it and just see how everything is. Speed's turned all the way down. It's in neutral, so let's give it some power. Green button, nothing happens. So apparently it only gets power there, and it is moving on its own, even though this dial is turned all the way. also looks like the power feed is on. So I turned it off. Still energized, still engaged. This gear is a little wobbly. Not too comfortable with that right there. Alright, so everything is a little on the loose side. There's a lot of play, that much play before it engages. A lot of play. A lot of slop already. It's not looking too promising. Same thing up here. Almost a quarter turn before it engages. So I'm gonna have to get in there and see if I can tighten everything up. The saddle is loose. Same thing with the tailstock. It's a little, actually, quarter turn before it engages. All right, y'all. So this carriage is really loose. So basically, what I had to do is take out this screw for the power feed. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I take this carriage off from here, and then I loosened all this stuff up, pulled that off, and then as I was pulling the carriage out, the lead screw just came out. So anyway, we got to get access to this. So this is what's holding it down, and it's so loose I don't even want to try to use it, and I couldn't get access to it with the screw still in there. So I'm going to try to tighten it up. This side I was able to get access to, but not this side. All right, y'all. So I got everything put back together. I went ahead and put in some lithium grease in here. This thing was bone dry. Had no grease at all with those cheap bearings. Tightened up all the ways and the gibs. And it's still got a lot of slack. Like, a lot of slack. And I noticed that I'm missing this handle. It's not a big deal. I can remake it. Would be nice to have complete tools though. This I'm having some trouble with. So using the 1/4 inch one, it was too small. I shimmed it with another one that I had. Now it's too tall. I used a full size one. It wasn't fitting right. So I'm just gonna do a test cut anyway. I end up replacing this. This thing's trash. A lot of play in this. It's a crazy amount of play. I don't like that. And these are not that great. I did figure out this. So to engage it, pull it. Haven't seen one like this, but yeah. So auto feed won't be in. Kind of figured that out as I was tightening all these gears. Still don't know why this spins with this turned all the way down. I guess I'll keep playing with it. But all right, let's do a test cut. not too impressed with how it cuts. I'm sure I still got something loose in here. Machine's not bolted down, so it's got some play. But yeah, not extremely happy with it so far. All right, guys. So overall, I would say not too happy with it. I mean, with some modifications, I guess this is gonna be a decent lathe. Honestly, for 600 bucks, I don't think I would recommend it. Just go ahead and pay the money, get a decent one. I'm gonna make this one work because I'm already invested in it. But I gotta make a lot of things. I'm gonna remake these, more handles, get this very rigid, and to see what I can do. But overall, not too happy. I still don't know why, with the speed all the way down, when it's powered up. So it won't power up unless you turn this down. You hold this button, you put it in gear, hold this button, and then there they go. But all the way down still runs. I don't feel like that's very safe. And what if I don't want to do it at that speed? What if I just barely want to turn it? So yeah, I would not recommend. Get a decent one. I'll post a video once I start modifying this one. But yeah, and this is brass, so I mean it was struggling to cut some brass, which is not a good sign. But you live and you learn. So until next time, I'll post some modifications, and then we can see what we can do with this little lathe.